All right, so I'll make a little video here about my MoCA adapters. These are Action Tech WCB 3000Ns. You can use them by themselves or you can use them in conjunction with an adapter that I will also show here in a minute. These units have both an Ethernet port set up, 2 Ethernet ports, as well as built-in wireless 5G and 2.4 gigahertz. So the way they typically work, you connect them to your coax, give them power. When it finds its pair on the other side of the coax cable, the coax light will come on and go green. Then what you do is the one that's closest to your router, you can plug one of his Ethernet ports in directly to your router. That's where he'll get all of his internet from, and then he will pass it on to the other port, and then he will also pass it on over the coax cable. Port 1 or port 2, either one could be used to connect to the router, and then the other port becomes available for connecting a hardline device. I have 5 of these units in my home. The way I've set it up is 2 of the units are communicating with each other, and then one of them is right next to my router, so it plugs directly into my router. The other 3 units, they all communicate to this adapter. This guy can support up to, I believe it's like 8 or 10 other adapters communicating with him, and then he comes straight down and goes into my router. And so then he sends all traffic out over a coax cable, and then I have all my coaxes here, right? So I have one set of adapters. They're directly connected with one another. I don't use a splitter or anything. The others, they're running through a splitter, so I've got the other ones fed in that way, just as a way of balancing things out. And then both this top adapter up here and the one on the other side of this wall that I was showing originally, they both plug into this little Ubiquiti Edge Router X to get their internet connection. And then basically it's nothing more than a media converter, and it converts the media so that it runs over coax. These coax adapters will allow you to continue watching TV. I probably didn't show that part very well, but you can hook a splitter up. If you have one in another room, you can hook a splitter up and your splitter comes off your wall. One portion of the splitter comes into your MoCA adapter. The other one goes to your TV. I do not use cable TV in my home. I use streaming. Everything is, Hulu, Netflix, whatever it may be. But I went with these because when I bought my house, I'm in my basement, and as you can see, my wall is drywalled ceiling. So I could not easily run Ethernet cables anywhere. I was looking for an alternative to running Ethernet and an alternative to running Google Mesh, which can be expensive. And so I found these WCB 3000Ns on Amazon for like 25 bucks or less. And so I bought a bunch of them. And they work great. I have no latencies, no slowdowns, no nothing. It runs amazing. So everything in my house, that's a Roku television. That one in particular is wireless. All the rest of them in my house are all hardline connections, and they all work great. I have a series of laptops and computer systems that are all running hardline connection. I ran an Ethernet cable along one of my walls all the way over so that we could school from home and work from home during COVID, and they work like a charm.